everybody, and welcome to episode 7 of the Detroit Lions franchise. This is going to be a big week for us. We're coming off against a loss to the Minnesota Vikings, who, hadn't previously even won a game yet that season. So I currently believe they are now 1-4. It is unfortunate, but we have to move on. We're going to have a big week ahead of us as we go up against the Cleveland Browns. And of course, that team on paper is quite talented. And we did end up making a change to sliders, and I believe it was only for the receiver catching. I think that Bengals game showed us quite a bit with the T. Higgins drops. So we wanted to fix that. I think we only put it up to 40 minor changes, but we know it's because we can change it as we go on. So there's no stress with that either. So we're going in here, and this is going to be a big game. Hopefully we have a chance to talk a little bit about the Super Bowl. I won't harass you guys with it or talk about it too much. I'm sure we've all seen it at this point. And I'm sure some of you guys are just sick of hearing about Tom Brady as well, for you non-Tom Brady fans. So we'll make sure that if we do talk about it, it'll be quite brief. And but I'm just excited to go in here with Detroit. Hopefully we can bounce back after a tough loss to Minnesota. That was a divisional loss. We don't enjoy those. Those are big. Currently, the division right now is quite, it's quite competitive between us, the Bears, and the Packers. So we need to go in there and we need to get back on that win column. So Matt Prater, of course, is going to kick it off, and we can expect a touchback. I think it's becoming tradition with Matt Prater. Hopefully he doesn't retire anytime soon and we can keep him for the duration of this series, but I don't think he'll have a vintage length of career. And here is Baker Mayfield, currently throwing 10 touchdowns for 4 interceptions with just about 1,400 yards. He's having a decent season so far. But this is just going to be a very talented team to go up against. Kareem Hunt here now in the backfield, as he's going to throw it to the hook to Odell Beckham Jr. Now, I looked at the Browns roster quickly. No notable changes. Not any rookies that we should be seeing, unfortunately. But what they did do is that they signed Shaquille Griffin from the Seahawks, star cornerback. So he's going to be lining up alongside Denzel Ward and Greedy Williams. So this is going to be a very talented defensive back group that this Lions offense is going to have to deal with. Now let's get back to the game here. It's on 3rd and 4 on the 44. Baker Mayfield now in the shotgun is going to drop back, and he's going to throw the screen here to Kareem Hunt. That's going to be the tough part about this team. It's just so much versatility by the backfield. You never know if they're going to be going out for a pass or a run. And the problem is, whether it's Nick Chubb or Kareem Hunt, they are very capable to do both. So now it's going to be Baker Mayfield with Kareem Hunt to his right. He's going to throw it short to Kareem, but Tracy Walker and Jelani Tavai are going to be able to take him down and minimize the gain, as it's only going to be 4 yards. Now you can see Malik Hooker dropping into the box. Possible blitz here. We have a motion there by Jarvis, but they're going to run it right down the middle, and that's Jared Davis and Christian Jones making the tackle. 3rd and 8 here. Let's get them packing, hopefully. Can this defense make a stand? Baker Mayfield dropping back. No running back to help block. And he's going to throw this one deep. And Donovan Peoples-Jones is going to make the big catch on Desmond Trufant, who had an interception not too long ago against the Falcons. We've been liking what he's been doing. He's been more consistent as the season goes on, looking better. And now another screen pass for Kareem Hunt, but Danny Shelton's going to track it down. He's going to be helped by Mitch Klein and Trey Flowers. 5 for 5 so far for Baker Mayfield. Back in the shotgun, and Kareem Hunt still out in the game. He's going to dump this one off short. I believe that is Keenan Cole Sr. It is, and that's going to be a gain of about 4. Now Baker Mayfield, still no Nick Chubb, and that's definitely not what we were expecting in the goal line situation, but pressure coming. Danny Shelton is the one who applies it, and he's going to sail this one over the end zone, forcing them to take a field goal. And Detroit here is going to get a chance to get the ball, only down 3. Now Jamal Agnew, who's had a big return already this season, is not going to be able to take this one to the 25, only the 23. And our offense is going to come out for the first time here, led by Matthew Stafford, who currently has 1,400 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. Very similar to Baker Mayfield, I believe just 1 touchdown less, but also 4 yards more. Now, Matthew Stafford in the shotgun. It's going to be DeAndre Swift out to his right. He's going to snap the ball, looking around. He's going to throw this one to DeAndre Swift, and I believe that is Anzalone, who they picked up in free agency as well, making the big tackle there to ensure that we do not get the catch. Now DeAndre Swift is going to run it on the very next down, and that's Rodney Harrison, who's going to get the big hit, but not before we gain 14 yards and, of course, the first down. Kerryon Johnson checks in. Under center is Matthew Stafford. He's going to go for 2 there, snaps the ball, looking around. He's going to dump this one off to Sammy Watkins, and Denzel Ward unable to take him down by himself, but the supporting cast does eventually get there, and they make the tackle for a gain of only 3. 2nd and 7 on the 40-yard line. We're going to hand it off once again to DeAndre Swift, and Ronnie Harrison seems to have his number here today. Another great gain of 10 yards there and a first down, but if DeAndre Swift keeps on taking hits like that, we cannot guarantee ball security. Now looking around, he's going to dump this one off once again to DeAndre Swift, going after Ronnie Harrison once again, who's able to get a lick on him, but he's able to spin out of it, so he is able to protect himself on that one. But 3 times in a row now, we look towards DeAndre Swift. Now back in the shotgun, looking around. We're going to dump this one off to Rodney Foreman with Denzel Ward in coverage. That's going to be an interesting matchup to look at throughout this game. Can Denzel or Shaquille, how can they handle a big guy, an athletic guy like Rodney Foreman? Now Sammy Watkins is going to catch the ball for about 6 yards there, low drag route. And it's going to set us up for a 2nd and 4 with Kerryon Johnson in the backfield here. Matthew Stafford will note it's going to be an RPO here, breaks a tackle, and just enough for the first down. Mixing it up the offense here today. If we can find success in multiple different areas of this game offensively, whether it be the run game, the pass game, the RPO, I think we'll be very successful here today as we are able to draw a man offside, but it is going to be called on the offense. So it's going to be a 1st and 15. Jonah Jackson is apparently the one who goes offside. I didn't see him move there, so that's a disappointing call. But Sammy Watkins now in the motion. We're not going to hand it off. We're going to dump it off there to Kerryon Johnson, who's only going to gain about 2. And injuries should be packing up now. I did adjust the slider a little bit. I wasn't happy that we weren't seeing anything for the first 4 weeks of the season. So we probably will see more. Hopefully it stays somewhat realistically as we go deep to Sammy Watkins, who makes a big catch with Grant Delpit, another LSU product that this defense has, making the tackle. But this is going to put us on the 3-yard line here. And hopefully we can punch it in, no issue. And we're going to go play action. Looking around, TJ Hawkinson is going to be open in the end zone with the crossing route. And he's going to get another touchdown, one of many so far this season. Him and Matthew Stafford have looked phenomenal together all year. Now handing it off to Nick Chubb as the Browns take over on the 24-yard line. And now at the 29 after the gain of 4. Baker Mayfield is going to snap it. He's going to drop back, looking around. He's going to dump this one off to Odell Beckham Jr., who I believe is able to tiptoe his way up for the first down. He is. So Baker Mayfield's going to get a fresh set of downs here. Nick Chubb in the backfield. He's going to be releasing out for a pass, but once again going for the hook route for Odell, and they're testing Jeff Okudah early and often so far. Going in the I formation now, expecting run on 2nd and 1. And no, it's play action once again. This is what the Browns do almost better than anybody. I wouldn't put many teams up there with successful play action efficiency. Maybe the Rams, but definitely the Browns are up there. One of the best in the league at doing the play actions. And they're finally going to hand it off on 3rd and 1, and they're going to get the first down and more by Nick Chubb, who's currently running 5 rushes for 17 yards. We've done a good job in the run game so far here today. Now Baker Mayfield back in the shotgun, bunch off to the right and Kareem to the left, looking around, and he's going to be rolling out. It's going to be Trey Flowers in pursuit until he eventually throws it away. Now, if we can bring pressure on Baker Mayfield, I think that's when we'll be at our best. Dropping back now, we're dropping a D lineman as well. He's going to dump this one off short to Keenan Cole Sr., but that will get them only 7 yards, and it's going to be a 3rd and 3. 3rd and short yardage once again for this offense. Can this defense stop it this time? Looking around, they're going deep for Keenan Cole, but Desmond Trufant is there to knock it out. A great play by the veteran defensive back, which is going to force another field goal, and this one is going to be shanked left. I don't believe he even had the distance there, but good field position for this offense. Hopefully we can finish off by capping it off with a couple points. Now Matthew Stafford looking around. He's going to dump this one off to Brashad Perriman. And if he can turn upfield just a little bit faster, he may be able to take this one to the house. But Ronnie Harrison is going to make a good adjustment as he's going to click off the guy he was covering to make the tackle. And now we hand it off to Kerryon Johnson, who runs a man over, but is unable to get it going as he just gets interfered with. Oh, how disappointed. Gets interfered with TJ Hawkinson. I thought he had a big play going if he's able to break loose of that, but it's just everybody was stumbling and he is unable to get loose. Now TJ Hawkinson does make up for it, getting the first down on the very next play on the crossing route. And now Matthew Stafford in the shotgun. It's going to be a 1st and 10 on the 24. Looking around, and he's got Rodney Foreman, who opts to fall down as soon as he catches it. Does not want to take a big hit by an ensuing linebacker that could perhaps come when catching the ball in the middle. Now Stafford under center and Kerryon Johnson in the game. We saw Sammy Watkins motion out earlier today, but he did not get the ball last time, but he does here. And a big play by Devondre Campbell to stop him before he gets the first down. So 3rd and 2. Kerryon Johnson is going to get the first down. And that's going to be a big one as we hope to score on this drive. We started with great field position. And now it's going to be a 1st and goal on the 8-yard line. Matthew Stafford with Kerryon Johnson behind him. Dropping back, looking around. He's going to jump this one off to Kerryon Johnson, unable to corral the ball as it is dropped as he's hit. And it's going to be a 2nd and goal here. It's going to be DeAndre Swift back in here looking around. And we find Rodney Foreman in the slant. And that is a great touchdown there for the offense as we look to take an early lead. It is now 14-3 as Baker Mayfield comes back out here with only 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Now the run here, it's a stretch, and it's going to be Romeo Okwara and Trey Flowers tracking it down. That's going to be a loss of 1, a big tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Now in the shotgun, Kareem Hunt in the game. Looking around, Baker dropping back. Lots of crossing routes going up here. And Desmond Trufant comes up with his 2nd interception in 3 weeks and his 2nd interception of the season. And I believe only the 2nd interception of the year for the team as a whole. And that is a great play by the veteran defensive back who is looking to shore up this defense that has struggled certain weeks so far this year. Now going deep for Sammy Watkins, double coverage against Denzel Ward and Grant Delpit. That's doesn't seem very likely to be completed at any point during the game. Now Matthew Stafford is going to hand this one off to Kerryon Johnson, who tries to break this one back in as Anzalone does a great job setting the outside, forcing him back in. Back in the shotgun, DeAndre Swift, 3rd and 9. Looking around, Matthew Stafford is going to throw it behind Rodney Foreman, forcing us to punt. The ball is on the 8-yard line, though. Hopefully this defense can make another stand. Now in the shotgun, Baker Mayfield, we just hit the 2-minute warning after that punt. He's going to dump it off, and that's just going to be incomplete. Not sure what he was looking for there. There was a couple open, well, not open receivers, but a couple possible options in the area at the time of the throw. Now Keenan Cole, and even after the slider adjustment, still dropping it there. That's why we did it. It's those little short passes that I don't think are dropped very often. So that's definitely something we're going to keep in mind, and perhaps we have to put it up a little bit more. Now Deshaun Hand does make the tackle there on 3rd down, forcing them to punt, but with where they were on the field back in their own 10, we're going to get great field position here as we go Sammy Watkins again, but this time we pay for it. It's going to be Greedy Williams, the young defensive back out of LSU, who makes the play. Definitely disappointing there. We thought we had the one-on-one, but Greedy Williams is a very lengthy and speedy cornerback as we get the big sack here, as it is both Trey Flowers and Romeo Okwara, both starting defensive ends, making the play. But when it comes to Greedy Williams, very fast, very athletic, he's going to be able to make plays on the ball. Now, after the interception and the sack, Baker Mayfield comes back out. It's going to be a short slant to Jarvis Landry, which picks up about 15 yards here, and it's going to be a 3rd and 4. This is manageable for the Browns offense. Baker Mayfield now dropping back, looking around, and he's going to throw this one out of bounds as he gets nothing. Great man coverage there by the defense, and with 37 seconds left, we get a chance to go and make a play. Looking around now, we're going to be going for TJ Hawkinson. The ball is once again deflected by Anzalone. He's been great here today so far. Now back in the shotgun, twin back set. We're going to dump this one off to Kerryon Johnson as he runs over Denzel Ward. And of course, we do take a timeout here. Still 2 left with 25 seconds left in the half. Hopefully we can finish off with a field goal. At least we try to surprise them with an RPO here. And we are unable to get any meaningful yards. So we do take our second timeout. 2nd and 8. Matthew Stafford looking around. Is going to drop this one to Sammy Watkins. But I do not believe he gets the first down. No, it's going to be a 3rd and 3. So we put ourselves in a sticky situation here. And we have to get out of bounds if we hope to get any points up on the board before half. Matthew Stafford in the shotgun. Goes for 2, hoping to draw people offside. But it's going to be Rodney Foreman on the sideline, is able to catch the corner out there. 4 receptions, 43 yards, and a touchdown, which is going to make sure that Matt Prater is going to come in, and hopefully we consider this a chip shot, and it goes right down the middle. So we're going to be going up 17-3 at half, and we do receive the ball. So a lot of opportunity to go get this momentum going. Agnew now is going to get the kickoff here, and he's going to take this one up the middle. And if Elijah Lee does not make, or Eric Lee perhaps, does not make that tackle there, we might just have another big play to put that Jamal Agnew's repertoire. Now, this offense coming up at half. It's going to be Matthew Stafford handing this one off to DeAndre Swift, who breaks a tackle, but is going to run into just about the rest of that D-line for the Cleveland Browns. And he's going to be taken down for a gain of only 2. Now, RPO once again. Drop it off to Sammy Watkins. And he's going to pick up about 7 yards there to make this a 3rd and 1. Kerryon Johnson, of course, is going to come out in this situation. And we do hand the ball off to him, but extra yards after the first down. And that is just a great play for this offense as we get to hopefully get more points on the board. Matthew Stafford in the shotgun. DeAndre Swift is back out in the game. Clock is running here. We are going to go for 2. Nope, snap the ball here. Matthew Stafford looking around. Dump this one off to Sammy Watkins. And Anzalone's going to make the tackle, but not before a gain of about 7 or 8. Back under center now, we have fullback Nick Bowden out here. I pronounced that a little funny there, but I think I'm going to stick to it. That was interesting. Looking around here, we're going to dump this one off to Sammy Watkins in the comeback. Great reception there as he gets his knees in bound. I believe that play was actually reviewed, but no point of showing that. It was so clearly obvious, even during the game, as Kerryon Johnson is able to bowl through the line and is going to walk into the end zone untouched until he gets to about the 2-yard line. And Kerryon Johnson just continues to be so impressive for us this year. Now up 24-3, but back onto the Sammy Watkins comeback catch. It was under review, but no point showing it. His knees were both clearly in bounds, even without the replay. I thought it was pretty obvious. So just wanted that to be out there. They did waste their timeout on that. They challenged it. So if you guys are wondering where that ended up going, that's where it was. Now, rolling out play action. It's going to hand this one off to, dump it off to Keenan Cole Sr. there for a gain of about 4 or 5. Then Baker Mayfield in the shotgun. 3rd and 3 here. Kareem Hunt is going to be looking around, and it's going to be a little hook route there. Desmond Trufant was the man in coverage, but so far, only 12 for 20 for Baker Mayfield. And this just looks like a classic Baker Mayfield game where he might go off for a couple games there. But at some point, once he gets figured out, he tends to struggle with his accuracy. He struggles with his decisions. And he makes quite a bit of mistakes. It's just part of that consistency or lack thereof when you have Baker Mayfield under center. Now, he did look great at the end of the season in real life. I actually thought it was a possibility that they might beat the Chiefs. But, of course, they did not. Another comeback in the second half for the Chiefs, unfortunately. So Baker Mayfield was able to bring them back to the playoffs, which is exciting for Browns fan. I'm happy for them. Just happy to see that the Browns are no longer the joke of the league. That just might be the Jets now. But let's get back into the game and stop cracking a couple jokes here. These are professional teams. They are definitely great teams nonetheless. Now, Kareem Hunt in the screen is going to go backwards as Trey Flowers, and I believe that was a Mitch Klein chase it down. Or Jared Davis, perhaps. Yeah, it was number 40, so Jared Davis. You can see Mitch Klein there on the left. Number 54, Baker Mayfield with Kareem Hunt off to his right. He's going to be dropping back here. And we don't really have to worry about the run game as they go deep, but this one sails out of bounds. But when you're down 24-3, it's hard to run the ball. So they get a good punt here and pin us down on the 4-yard line. You're going to see T.J. Hawkinson motioning out. He's going to come back into the lane. And Kerryon Johnson is not going to get much. as Devontae Campbell is able to make the tackle for the gain of only 1. Now 2nd and 9 here on the 5-yard line. We need to run the ball here just to get us into safe territory, but Devontae Campbell is going to make another big play on Kerryon Johnson, and this is going to force us to throw. But if we take a sack here, we can be in trouble. In the end zone, we need to get this one off, and it is intercepted. And DeAndre Swift is going to tackle him right before he gets into the end zone on the 1-yard line. That is heartbreaking for Taki. But just not a great play for us, as Chubb is able to push Romeo Okwara off, but it's going to be Deshaun Hand who takes him out. But just a heartbreaking interception there. We would have much rather to punt. This is almost a sure scoring situation, but Danny Shelton, is going to make a big play this time. We've seen both defensive tackles make plays in the backfield so far on this drive. It looks like we might be able to stop them here. 3rd and goal, they are going for a pass, and it is Jamie Collins, veteran linebacker, who picks it off in the end zone, and we know no offensive lineman is going to catch him, but Keenan Cole is coming, and it's going to come down to the final stretch as Jamie Collins gets a full field interception. And I don't understand how that is a 98-yard interception return. He was already in the end zone when he caught it. Big play there for this defense as our offense puts our defense in a tough situation, and we're able to bail us out, put some points up on the board for the defense, our 2nd interception of the game. And this offense is going to come down now. The score 31-3 going into the 4th quarter. This has been absolutely ugly so far, but not a great performance overall. I mean, the offense has 2 interceptions. Matthew Stafford has made some bad decisions. Our defense has done a phenomenal job. I suppose even though we haven't scored on every offensive drive, that we have been able to at least put this offense in bad field position consistently. And that's been where we found success. And other than that, we put a lot of pressure on Baker Mayfield, and he hasn't been consistent so far here today as he dumps it off to Kareem Hunt just the play before. And now rolling out, looking for an open man, and it's going to be Keelan Cole Sr. And I'm starting to find a rhythm that it's often the 3rd receiver that finds the most success against us. I mean, let's exclude Allen Robinson and Julio Jones, but we're really struggling against the guys who are a little deeper down in the depth chart. Now dumping it off to Odell Beckham. That's going to be about short of 1 yard of the first line marker. No, they are going to give it to him. That is a friendly placement of the ball by the referees. Now in the empty set, Baker Mayfield dropping back. Hopefully we can create some pressure. We are not able to, and Jarvis Landry is going to get another easy first down. And just like that, feels like we've been here before just earlier. It's going to be a 1st and goal on the 2-yard line. You're going to see David Njoku moving out, and this time Nick Chubb, make no mistake about it, is going to run over Trey Flowers and, of course, get themselves their first touchdown of the game as they're hoping they can make a 4th quarter comeback. Now, Anzalone continues to be involved just absolutely everywhere on the field as Kerryon Johnson is able to take the handoff for only 4 yards. But we do keep Kerryon out on the field looking around here. Nothing is getting open. But Sammy Watkins is going to create some separation and just overthrowing him on the run. He was not able to connect there. Sammy Watkins does a great job to create separations as soon as he sees that Matthew Stafford needs to roll out. And now Myles Garrett is making his presence known as he gets his first sack of the game. And he is just so phenomenal. Myles Garrett, so impressive. He is just disruptive at all facets of the game, whether it be run game or pass game, creating pressure or getting that stats on the stat book. That sack on the stat books as they dump it off to Kareem Hunt on the screen. Now, we really don't want to let them score here. This is an offense that has a lot of firepower. If they do end up scoring here and getting some confidence, I feel like they can make this close at the end. But even then, 21-point lead. This is a 3-possession game, so they need 3 touchdowns. And it seems like it's a little out of the stretch here, but this defense, I do not want them giving up nonetheless. So far, Baker Mayfield has been able to find guys, but Keelan Cole once again drops another ball. And that's the 2nd drop of the game. So I'm going to have to go back here and look at where, their catching ratings are. Try to figure out if there's kind of like a range. Where's T. Higgins at, who dropped 2 easy balls as well? Is there like a certain sweet spot when it comes to their stats, their catching attributes? that can perhaps force them to drop? Or should I just realize that around, let's say Keelan Cole is only a 75 catching, should we expect that where our sliders are currently at, that 75s are going to sometimes struggle to catch the easy ones? A great play there by Jelani Tavai, nonetheless, to make the tackle. He is the team's current leading tackler so far this season. He has been pretty solid. Not much of a flashy player, but definitely a player who gets the job done as they go there to Kareem Hunt, dump it off to the right, and Desmond Trufant is able to make the tackle. Now Baker Mayfield is going to drop back. Kareem Hunt stays in the pocket to help block, and Jarvis Landry is going to be taken down by Malik Hooker and Jelani Tavai. Now, so far, this looks like a much different offense than what we saw in the first half. They are currently able to move the ball very well as they do run it here, but there is a flag on the field. I have reasons to believe that it is going to be a holding, and it is. So that is going to back them up to about a 1st and 19 here. And after such a good drive, being able to move the ball, 2 problems here. They've screwed themselves when they get close to scoring, and they've also screwed a lot of time off the clock. Now, Jarvis Landry now drops it. Definitely interesting here. During the actual game that I was playing, I was definitely trying to figure out what is going on. It just didn't make sense that certain of these drops were happening. I guess an argument could be made on that Jarvis Landry one that there was someone relatively close, so maybe they can, maybe the game perhaps calculated as a contested throw as Jeff Okudah. The 3rd time is not a charm, and he is able to this time knock the hook out. And 4th and 15 for Baker Mayfield. But definitely some more research needs to be done when it comes to the catching. Now, going deep to the end zone, this one's going to sail out of bounds on 4th and 15. You don't like seeing that. You want to see them do just about anything they can to go out and score. But that big penalty on 1st down, which put them back on a 1st and 19, was crucial to stopping them there. Now, running it off to Kerryon Johnson as we hope to just get this game out of the way. Now, let's talk about the Super Bowl a little bit. I'm a little disappointed. I didn't think it would be, I thought it was going to be an absolute fire show. I thought both offenses would be clicking. I obviously thought that the defense for the Bucs would do much better against Tyreek and Kelsey than they did in the first game. Of course, I think Tyreek went for 200 yards in the first half, which is absolutely insane. I definitely expected them to make adjustments. But honestly, I was just expecting for it to go back and forth nonstop. As you can see, we're taking a great win here against Cleveland. We definitely enjoyed that. And finally, back in the win column, we have a couple upgrades. Let's try and wrap this up here. I thought it was disappointing. I thought we were going to get an offensive fire show with both teams scoring quite often. Unfortunately, injuries on the Chiefs on the O-line. I thought Travis Kelce didn't look particularly very well. And you know what? It's just the offensive line all injured. And, they weren't able to get it going. So let's go over the stats here. 2-2 performance with only 160 somewhat yards for Matthew Stafford. Not the greatest day throwing the ball. Kerryon Johnson looked decent. Other than that, Sammy Watkins was our leading receptions guy with 8 receptions and 74 yards. Rodney Foreman caught all 4 of his catches in the first half. 2 sacks allowed there. Tyrell Crosby let one in. And 11 tackles for Jelani Tavai, and that's awesome to see. We absolutely love that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to be banging these out for the remainder of the week. And hopefully as we go on, I'm going to try and find more consistency as I get into a rhythm. But thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good one.